learn the second part of the Preludium, the Prelude in C by Bach. The first part went like this. Okay, so this is where we stopped. Let's look now at the second 4 measures. You'll see them up there on the screen. These are the notes. So we've got a C, E in the left, A, E, and A in the top. Okay, so I think by now you're probably familiar with how that pattern goes. So what I'll do is I'll just show you these chords solid like this. So what happens now for bar number 2, we're going to move down in the left hand to that D, and in the right hand we'll match that with the D inversion. If you look carefully, actually this here, D on the bottom, that would be the D chord. So we're just going to play that there on the top. The left hand will play the C and the D, so this is chord number 2. From here, the left hand, again, bottom is going to move down. The right hand is going to play this G. So very much like what we did on the A, now we're just doing that on the G. See how I'm using my third finger there? I could also use my second finger, it depends on your hand size. I wouldn't use any other, definitely not finger number 4 or anything like that. We don't want to use finger 5 and jump or anything like that. Okay, so get comfortable with some type of a hand shape there, using either 2 or 3, and use that one every time. Okay, so that's our G, and then from there, the top and the left hand moves down to the C, and the right hand is going to add in here. If you look carefully, this is the same inversion like what we did for D. We took the bottom note of the chord, the C chord, and we simply put it on top. The previous one there, we did the same thing for the D. We took the bottom note of the D and we put it on top. Okay, so to review those 4, we've got A, left hand, top note moves down, D inversion. Left hand, bottom note moves down, G. Left hand, top note moves down. Okay, so there's a very recognizable pattern there. In the left hand, we're moving top down, and then bottom down, and then top down. And I'll just give you a bit of a spoiler. The next one is going to start with bottom down. Now that doesn't continue throughout the song, but for now, that's a good way to kind of hang on to that. Okay, so that's the second set of 4. Let's look at the third set of 4. Okay, so I had already given that little bit of a look ahead in the last one, that the third finger would move down to the A, so the left hand is on the A and C, and the right hand plays that C natural, or that C, again, it's that C inversion. It's the same chord we played at the end of the previous section. Okay, there's number 1. Now on the left hand, what's going to happen is we're going to just replace the third finger there with our thumb and add in finger number 5. Okay? In the right hand, we are moving these bottom 2 notes down. There you are. In the left hand, we're going to move back up. And in the right hand, think of keeping the D in the same spot and just moving these 2 outside notes together. Okay, so the C comes down, the F sharp goes up. There's chord number 3. And now we'll just make the B flat in the left hand, and in the right hand, we'll move, so the whole thing is going to move up now. If you've used fingers 1, 2, 4 in the third chord in the right hand, well now you can just keep number 2 there on the G. We're going to move the thumb up and the pinky up, like that. Okay, so to go over those 4 chords one more time, here we have that C inversion here, plus the A and C in the left. Move the bottom 2 fingers down in the right hand. In the left hand, we swap out the pinky there, or whatever you were using, actually probably finger 3. Swap that out for the thumb, move down to D. Chord number 2 right there. Chord number 3, remember this one was where we talked about moving these top 2 together. And the left hand plays the G and the B. Be ready now to move down to B flat in the left hand and pivot up in the right hand. Okay, so those are the 4 chords in the third section. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start the fourth section now. So taking a look at where we came from in the third section at the end, this was the last chord that you were playing. So the left hand is now going to move down, keep that third in the left hand. If you're familiar with intervals, this would be called a third, 1, 2, 3. So you played a third here, 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to move it down. We're going to do a few thirds now, okay, in this part, in this section. In the right hand, we've got this D. Do you remember back when you did your A, this octave with the fifth in the middle? We did a G with a fifth in the middle. We're doing the same thing now, but on a D. All right. Left hand moves down to A flat. The right hand, keep the D, but move the top two fingers down to an F and a B. This is chord number 2. From here now, we're going to move down to E and G in the left hand. We're still keeping that third shape. And the right hand, we now have that C. Again, octave with a fifth in the middle. So far we've had an A, we've had a G, we've had a D, and now we have a C. And finally, the left hand is actually going to move away from those thirds. We're just going to bring the third finger down there to the F. So you're playing 2 notes that are right next to each other. And in the right hand, F, C, and A. So there's a little bit of a jump there in the right hand to go from this C down to the F inversion. What you might want to do is just kind of hang on to your thumb there, place finger 2 there, and then you're ready to play the fourth chord. Okay, so from the beginning now, fourth section, here we go. Chord number 1, this is the D octave. Move the left hand down now to the A flat. Now move the right hand to the C octave. Left hand comes down to E, G. We're still using those thirds in the left, but now we're ready to move the top down and keep the E in place. And in the right hand, we've got that F with the C and the A stacked underneath them. So that is the fourth section.